In many companies, loyalty currency is treated as a marketing budget. The company allocates a budget, issues points, gives vouchers, runs campaigns, and then reports how many people redeem. But that approach has a serious weakness. If loyalty budget is disconnected from the revenue that created the reward, the program becomes hard to govern. When revenue increases, the program may not scale properly. When margin shrinks, the reward may become too expensive. When the budget is cut, the reward may become too weak to matter. And when the program cannot prove what behavior or revenue it changed, it becomes a cost center with nice dashboard numbers. That is how loyalty becomes decorative. It exists, it consumes money, it creates activity, but it cannot clearly answer the business question. What value did this program actually create? This is why, in Loyalty Without the Bullshit, loyalty currency does not start from a random budget. It starts from eligible net revenue. Because points are not created from imagination. Points are created because a customer bought something. So the reward logic must be connected to the transaction that created the revenue in the first place. But even that is not enough. A company must separate three things. First, issued reward value. This is the amount of reward value the company creates in the form of points. Second, redeemed reward value. This is the portion customers actually use. Third, company cost. This is the real cost to fulfill that reward. Those three numbers are not always the same. A company may issue points, but not all points will be redeemed. A customer may see $1 of reward value, but the actual cost to company may be lower or higher depending on the reward type, partner funding, fulfillment costs, tax, shipping, handling, and operational costs. That is why a serious loyalty program cannot only ask, how many points did we issue? It must ask, how much eligible revenue created those points? How much reward value was issued? How much was actually redeemed? What was the real cost to fulfill it? And did that cost stay inside the margin the business can afford? In simple form, the logic is this. Expected loyalty cost equals eligible net revenue multiplied by issued giveback rate multiplied by expected redemption rate multiplied by cost to company factor. I am not showing the full production calibration here because the exact thresholds, simulations, catalog rules, and operating parameters are part of the deeper architecture. But the principle is simple. Reward cost must be funded by revenue. Reward value must be constrained by margin. Reward issuance must adjust to redemption behavior. And the catalog must be governed by real cost to company, not by wishful thinking. This is very different from a loyalty program that only spends a fixed budget and hopes the report looks good. A budget-first program asks, did we spend within the budget? A governed loyalty system asks, did this reward cost create measurable customer movement, retention signal, repeat behavior, revenue accumulation, and fair value exchange? That is the difference. Loyalty without the bullshit does not treat points as decoration. It treats loyalty currency as a financial instrument inside a customer behavior system. If the customers buys more, the reward pool can scale responsibly. If the customers buys less, the cost naturally reduces. If redemption behavior changes, the issuance rate can be recalibrated. If catalog cost increases, the reward pricing can be adjusted. If margin is too thin, the reward rate must be reduced or redesigned. That is how loyalty stops being a blind marketing expense. It becomes a governed system. Not perfect, not magical, not guaranteed to create profit by itself, but measurable, bounded, explainable, and testable. And that is the standard loyalty programs should be held to.